Hello and welcome back to another Gunpla review. Today we're taking a look at the HGUC powered gym from 0083 Stardust Memory. The gym doesn't really show up that much, but hey, it's a pretty cool design, so why not? Anyway, let's start off the review, as always, by taking a look at the articulation. Okay, starting out, you have the head, which is on the old style neck polycap, which is a ball joint up at the top and then a hinge down at the bottom. You don't get a ton looking upwards, but you do actually get a pretty nice downward look. Nice tilt to either side, and yeah, you can't really get a full rotation just because of how everything bumps against each other. Still, you get a pretty nice side to side, so it's not really a problem. The shoulders are technically on a forward back hinge, but you get about that much movement out of it, so it's nothing crazy. 90, slightly below 90 degrees out to the side, and there's no upward movement in the shoulder, so that's all you get. Full rotation though, as well as a full rotation at the bicep, a full double jointed bend at the elbow, and the hands, as always, are on a ball joint. However, the left hand does also have a hinge. Moving on to the waist, just a rotation. It's just pegged in. I mean, if you pull it up a little bit, you can get a tiny bit of a crunch, but it's not really intended. So yeah, just a rotation, but it is a nice rotation and doesn't get in the way with any of the skirts. Speaking of the skirts, the front skirts are ball jointed and very easy to separate, and they can get all the way up. The side skirts are pegged in, so they can rotate forward and back a little bit and are on a hinge. Back skirts solid as usual. The hips are ball jointed and just ball jointed, but that said, 45 degrees out to the side, pretty decent to the back. This is the spot to attach it onto an action base, and that does not want to stay on apparently. Anyway, you do get a very nice kick up to the front too, so yeah, nothing wrong with ball jointed hips when they're done right. Now, obviously no rotation up in the thigh, but you do get a double jointed knee, though you do have to bend the top joint first in order to get full bend, and that is slightly over 90 degrees. Not too bad considering how bulky the calf is. And the feet are kind of weird. It's a ball joint going up into the ankle instead of going into the foot, which means that the tilt is pretty good, though it does look a little bit awkward. You don't get a ton to the back, but thanks to the old gym flip-flop, it does get pretty good to the front. So overall, the articulation's pretty good. It does have a fairly static chest, but that's, you know, the usual for the time. Now, getting into accessories, and let's start off, as usual, with the stickers. Not that many, just the rear head camera. The front head camera is actually color separated. The little crotch V, which is pretty standard. These go on the back of the ankles, and that is an optional sticker for the shield. Let's get into color correction that I did. I did put a bit of silver onto the piece behind the visor. Do keep in mind that's actually a separate piece from the white on the head. It's already gray, but just adding the silver makes it a little bit nice. I did end up using a metallic green Gundam marker just for the little piece. It is color separated anyway as part of the visor plastic, but it looks a little bit better when it's metallic since it matches the rear camera, so I just did that. The gray up here on the head, white right here. The shoulders, verniers have to be fully painted, just black inside and then red, not too hard. The gray on the backpack behind these verniers and right here needs to be painted. And this on the back of the ankle needs to be painted. Also, you can do the detailing on the bottom of the feet. And of course the crotch V, but I mean, it's not that bad. And also the cockpit is separated, all of the yellow bits are separated. So it's not that bad, and it's all fairly minor paint. Now, one thing that I will complain about is the beam saber holster here is supposed to be orange, and it's white, and I have no idea why they did that, because just attaches on with 2 vertical pegs anyway, so they could have easily had this be a vertical piece on the runner. But instead they put it on the white runner. Annoying, but whatever. Honestly, it doesn't look that bad in white, but I do wish it was just colored correct in the first place. Now, going through the actual accessories, you get 1 left hand. It is a nice hand. You get a hinge in the wrist. As for the right hand, you get a holding hand. For the beam saber, that's on the left shoulder, and there's absolutely no way it would be able to grab that, so I don't really know what they were doing there, but you do also get a trigger finger hand, and also all of these hands are fully detailed. There is a bit of a problem with the trigger finger hand, at least on this one. It's really not a lot of strength in the peg, so if you try and have it hold one of the weapons, which, to be fair, isn't that difficult to actually get it to just, clip on. If I can line it up. There we go. Holds on pretty well. Unfortunately, that's all it takes to knock it off. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do to tighten that up, but it is necessary. Also, getting onto the weapons. Just get it out of the way. You do get a machine gun and a bazooka. They don't include stickers for some reason for the weapons, so I just did them with a Gundam marker. Super easy to do, but it is still really weird they didn't include camera stickers. They do get in the way a little bit. They kind of bump up against the arm, and combined with the loose trigger finger hand, getting it to hold the bazooka is a real pain. Even though the bazooka does actually have a hinge on the handle, specifically to help it be able to hold over the shoulder. And finally, you do get a fully color separated shield. A pretty standard shield. I mean, it's missing the star, but that's not really a problem. It does attach on a little bit weird, though. It clips onto a piece that's on the actual shield. I don't really know why they did it that way, because it's not like you can, take this off and have it stored somewhere on the back. But, I mean, it works fine. It pegs onto the arm, so it's nice and secure. Doesn't really get in the way of the articulation at all. Just pick it on there. You see, it doesn't actually get in the way of the articulation at all. So, no trouble getting this into whatever pose you want. One final thing, it does actually include beam saber effects for the beam saber, which, completely standard. You can use any of the newer effects if you want to give it a longer blade. Oh, also, the Power Gem has a kind of inner frame gimmick, kind of. Basically, if you take off the orange pieces on the lower leg, you get a bit of exposed frame. It is, however, white plastic, so you have to paint it to look like this. And for a quick size comparison, pretty much average height for a mobile suit. I mean, it's a gym, so that is pretty much the average height for a mobile suit, but because of its, bulkier frame and very large feet, it does seem a bit bigger than it actually is. So, to wrap this review up, the Power Gym is a pretty nice kit. A few minor limitations in the articulation, but that's not a huge deal. It still can pull off pretty much any pose you want, unless you want it holding the bazooka, in which case the hand's a bit loose, but maybe that's just on this one. The color correction is pretty minimal, and even if you just use the stickers, it looks fine. Really, my only complaint with that is that the beam saber holder is, white instead of orange, which is... why did you do that? But yeah, overall, the kit's fine. If you like the Power Gym, feel free to pick it up. But anyway, that's been all for this review. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to let me know what you think down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. It helps a lot. Subscribe for future reviews and watch my backlog. Go follow me on Twitter for updates, and consider supporting me on Patreon so I can keep bringing you reviews, just like this one. And as always, until next time, happy building.